Welcome to the best betting show ever. I'm Lawrence Presman. Let's make some money. We got a full slate of baseball games going today. We've got WNBA. We've got our parlay of the day, predictive markets, NFL futures, CFP futures. Lots to talk about. I'm Lawrence Presman, Art Caesar, and Joe Ranieri joining us. Let's get right into it. Art, how did the books do last night?
Well, a lot of big favorites won. Couple on the run line as well, so probably never a good outcome when that happens. Obviously a smaller slate. I believe there was only one WNBA game, so we'll get rocking and rolling today with that full baseball slate.
All right.
Well,
sorry, Joe.
No, I mean it was interesting. It was over. Ohtani hits a couple home runs. Dodgers win, but Yankees get bad news. That's going to be interesting here today. We'll see what they're going to do, and the injuries keep piling up as well, Art. So the NFL never sleeps when it gets going here, but you're still seeing a lot of people pushing MLB to the side and getting ready for football here.
Yeah, I mean that's the typical move here in the middle of August, end of August. But as I always say, the people who are there April 1st betting the baseball, they're going to be there till November 1st betting it through the World Series. So that's always how it goes.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would assume baseball picks up again once the playoffs start. More people are interested in, especially given that there's so many day games. Like the first round of the baseball playoffs, I mean, there's game every few hours.
Morning, afternoon, night.
That's a great point.
Yep.
Yeah. So sharp bets for today. We've got 4 WNBA games going and a full slate of MLB. Anything we need to know about?
Absolutely. They're on the Pirates and they're on the Blue Jays today in Major League Baseball. The WNBA has been crazy. It feels like every game has gone under. Feels like it's like, I don't know, 12 or 14 straight unders, something like that. So they did take one under today. They took under in the Suns game, 171.5. And they took a chance with the tempo at home against the Fever, plus 10.5.
Wow. 2 Toronto teams being bet. Why would anyone take the Blue Jays in Tampa Bay? Have they not seen what has happened over the last 2 decades in Tampa Bay?
It's not good.
No, I mean, it doesn't matter what team, who plays, who coaches. You could go back to Cito Gaston. Madden. Remember Madden?
Yeah. Yes.
I think he started at Tampa Bay. It makes no difference. Toronto doesn't win in Tampa Bay. I like the under in that game, though, Art.
Okay. Yeah, obviously they're taking a price with the Blue Jays. Tampa hasn't been that good here over the last week, so maybe trying to say, hey, Tampa's in a little bit of a funk, so let's kind of go against them.
Love it.
Okay. Parlay of the day. Art the Caesar, you're up.
I'm up, and I screwed it up yesterday, so I apologize. I'm going to take an easy one. Astros are going to win today at home against the Angels. Give me the Astros at home.
Joe?
Oh, all right. Well, I mean, I was going to say Pittsburgh, but you already went ahead and did that for me there. So I am going to go Milwaukee. I'm going to say Milwaukee wins against Seattle here tonight.
Well, I'm going to take a money line bet in the WNBA, and we're going to take the Las Vegas Aces. They're playing Atlanta. They're playing Atlanta tonight. And yes, it is a money line bet, minus 160. The Las Vegas Aces at home playing Atlanta. That's where I'm going. Okay. So we nailed our Bitcoin segment yesterday. That was excellent. What do you want to talk about today? Bitcoin is starting to make a run. Nobody saw a potential run coming in August. I mean, nobody.
Look at that spike. Look at that thing. Look at that spike, huh? That's it. And almost 65 now here, Prez, across the board.
So we have to look at over. I would go with over 65 and 64.7. We have really seen quite the jump. I think we're going to see some momentum. And listen, I've been saying for, months now that the run's going to start in mid-August. And we're in mid-August, so I'm going to stick to the plan. I'm going to take over 64.75 at 44 cents and over 65 at 22 cents. I think we're going to see some movement now, Joe.
Look at that spike there, Prez. I mean, really, like 65 is only about what, less than 400 away. So I don't
Right.
see it trending down anytime. Usually, when they start seeing this kind of improvement by 5 o'clock today, unless some sort of crazy news dump, it's going to be over 65 here by 5 o'clock today.
Well, you can get that at 22 cents.
Love it.
Okay, what else we talking about?
Well, we're going to go back to our NFL exact order
I love
markets
this.
here. So we've talked about the NFC North. We talked about the AFC South. Now we're going to talk about the NFC East. So Philadelphia, Giants, Washington, Dallas. Dallas makes a big signing of some geriatric. They're going to wheel in and expect to get to the quarterback. I don't see that happening, but it does appear that the market seems to think here that maybe Dallas isn't in as bad a shape defensively as maybe we thought a year ago here. Von Miller on the team now. To me, it's Philadelphia or Dallas, one or the other, Prez. I don't know who you think finishes first there.
So I've been, I don't want to say high on Dallas, but I did pick Dallas to win the division in my YouTube short video that should be going up soon. And I still feel the same way. I did that before the Von Miller signing. I do actually think Von Miller is going to be more helpful than you do, Joe. Obviously, he's not in his prime, but he's a veteran leader, great presence, excellent in the locker room. They probably overpaid, but hey, I'd rather have him on my team than not on my team. I am going with the following order: Dallas, Washington, Philadelphia, the Giants.
Oh, all right. Let's see where we got with that price. So you're thinking Dallas, Philly, right?
No, Dallas, Washington, Philly. Dallas, Washington. There it is.
There it is.
There it is. 12%.
Holy shit.
That's
12
where I'm going.
cents? Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So, and you think Washington finishes ahead of Philly here. What are you thinking, Art?
That's interesting. I think to try to find a little bit of value, I think you do have to have Dallas as the winner in this division. So I would go Dallas, Philly, New York, and Washington. I'd have Washington last.
Wow. I'm curious, Joe, before your order, why is that Washington last? I mean, I understand you're a New York Giants fan.
Well, I think those two are based. Well, those two are a toss-up. The Giants and Washington are both at 7.5. They're a toss-up. I like the coach a little bit more, obviously, for the Giants. Daniels is fine, but I also look at some of his weapons, and I'm like, who are his weapons, really? To me, that's just a toss-up, and someone's got to finish last. So I'm making it Washington.
And Art, you really don't feel like Philadelphia is going to have a fall off the cliff regression at some point? I mean, this team's been holding on for dear life for the last 2 seasons. There's so much turmoil. They lack weapons. They don't have a real quarterback. Their running back is getting old. Their defense is getting old. You don't feel like a huge regression at some point is going to happen in Philadelphia?
It probably is coming, Prez. You're probably not wrong there. I just don't think it's this year because I don't think, in my opinion, Washington or New York is ready to take that step. The Giants never beat the Eagles. They never do. So I can't trust the Giants to do that. But I still think the Eagles, I mean, listen, they've dominated this division for the last couple of years. So, having them not win the division is, having them take a step back towards maybe even a bigger step maybe in a year or two.
Joe, what's your order?
It is very difficult for me to get past the defense of Philadelphia and discount it. Same thing. I think the Giants' defense is also going to be over the top. The question to me is, I just don't believe the Giants can keep Jackson Dart from shooting himself here, Art, at some particular point. And if that happens, what did they do there? I think Harbaugh is absolutely worth considering at least a number 2 or number 3 in this division. But it's very hard for me to get past Philadelphia and that defense. It's going to be hard. So I would go And it's even at 16 cents here, right? If you want to go that route with Philly, what are we at? 15, 16 cents here? Or actually, I would go up here. Philly, Dallas. I think the Giants. I think Washington is a hot mess. I think Dan Quinn gets fired before the season is over. I think Jaden Daniels is also a hot mess. New coordinator again. Yeah, I don't like anything I have seen. Not to mention they just lost, what, 2 starting offensive linemen in preseason. Tunsil's gone. Yeah, no. Not to mention the quarterback's so worried about his number being retired at LSU. So I'm good. I think Philadelphia, Dallas, the Giants, and Washington in that order there for 16 cents right now, Press.
Well, there you go. All three of us with a different order.
Yeah.
And, talking about a new offensive coordinator, I mean, Philly's rolling out one again. I think this is 6 in 7 years. So, and you're really high on the Philly defense, hey, Joe?
I think the Philly defense is going to be a big difference maker for them whatsoever. They'll win games 17-10. They'll win those games 14-9. They'll do that. That's how they're built.
I do see that team play to the under
a lot.
And conversely, I think Dallas is going to play to the over. I think it's going to be a great matchup when those two teams play against each other. And I'm more of a fan of Washington, of Quinn, than you are, Joe.
I'm a fan of him. I just don't think. I think they set him up to fail. I really do. I don't think that team can win.
And both of you are higher on Harbaugh than I am. He's like to me. He's like the Mike Babcock of, NFL. It's like, how many unbelievable teams can you put together and come away with 2? And one of them was like 8 million years ago, your last one. So
got to be in it to win it, though. Got to be in it to win it.
You know what? Listen,
he's in it.
Andy Reid coaches that Baltimore Ravens team the last 2 decades. They get more than 2.
That's a good point.
So. Yeah, I'm not as high on him as you guys are.
Harbaugh's got 1. He doesn't have 2.
No.
Brett Dilfer.
Harbaugh's got 1. Yeah.
No,
that was Billick.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was Billick. He only has 1.
He won the blackout game in the
totally
the
overrated coach, Joe.
And they almost blew the game. The Niners could have won that game.
Overrated.
Not during the regular season, he's not.
No.
Which is exactly what that market's all about. Give me the regular season that the Giants will overperform more than anybody thinks, and ultimately, they'll take a step back at the end of the year when it matters the most.
Yeah.
Well, we got Philadelphia plus 120 to win the division, Dallas at 215, Washington at 475, and the Giants at plus 600. None of us think the Giants can sneak through and win that division. I believe Dallas will. Both Joe and Art are thinking Philadelphia.
I put Dallas first.
He did put Dallas
first.
Correct. Yeah, only I had Philly, because ultimately, until I see it, I can't trust Dallas. Sorry.
And I get it. They have been untrustworthy in the entire Dak and Tony era. So, I mean, we're going on now, a decade and a half, 2 decades of
terrible. Yes.
Yeah. Well, so be it. Okay. NFL future bets. Or what else you want to talk about in the predictive markets?
That's good. No, we're going to do one of these exact order a week here, a day rather, for the rest of the week as we get ready for week 2 of the preseason. And then I would hope this week we'll start to see at least a little bit something that resembles what we're going to see in week 1 with some of these teams. But
usually happens in week 3.
Yeah, well, they better have it figured out by week 3. They better.
Because now there's only 3 games. It's got to happen this week.
Yeah. Well, that's true, because they'll probably sit most of the people for next week.
That's kind of what I'm thinking, right?
Yeah. I mean, let's talk some business, guys. It's $5 Tuesday over at WagerTalk. Every Tuesday, Customer Appreciation Day. I'm on a 10-3 baseball run. I've won 3 of my last 4. I have a $5 play up tonight. It's a first 5, and I love this bet. I love the first 5 bets have been going really well for me all year. So grab that for only $5 over at WagerTalk. What do you got, Joe?
Same thing. Prez actually cashed first 5 total last night with the Mets and Padres under, and I'll be following that up with a full game side here today that for $5 is available over at wt.buzz/JR.
Excellent. Okay, boys, let's get into our NFL futures, and I'm going to start right off the bat. We're going to go to the NFC North, and I'm going to take the Detroit Lions at plus 170 to win the division. Green Bay is plus 225. Chicago is plus 305. And the Minnesota Vikings are 510. Let's start right off the bat with the Minnesota Vikings. They have quarterback issues. We know Kyler Murray is not a superstar. I don't even think he's an NFL quarterback. McCarthy doesn't look like he's going to amount to nothing. I do believe in their defense. They obviously have weapons, but I think this team is going to struggle. I don't like the Minnesota Vikings. I think they come last. As for the Chicago Bears, I think we see a huge regression out of this team. They won 9 games within 3 points last year. A few of them were dramatic, come from behind wins. Some of them, I remember an Arizona game where they were down like 3 scores with half a second to go, and in a half a second turned that game around and won. Those kind of things do not continue. They also had a massive offhand plus 19 turnover differential. Could be wrong, but it was a massive turnover differential. That works itself out as well. I think Chicago regresses, and I don't buy into the Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love is good, not great. Their defense is good, better than good, but still not elite for me. And I'm not in love with their coach. And now we leave the Detroit Lions, and this Detroit Lions team is coming back angry, mean. Jared Goff's the most underrated quarterback maybe in history. They have weapons everywhere, up and down. Their running back, their wide receivers, their tight end. I think they've upgraded their O-line. We know they've upgraded their D-line. Dan Campbell cries when he loses. I think the Detroit Lions at plus 170 is an excellent bet. Take them to win the division.
I like that, actually. Art, what are you thinking here?
Well, this is someone that we talked about maybe a week ago, so it's going to be a player prop, and it's Cam Ward over 19.5 touchdown passes. Now, last week when we talked about it, there were some 18.5s out there. Those are all gone. So I look at Cam Ward. Last year as a rookie, he threw 15. He threw to nobody. His coaching situation was a mess. This year now you bring in Dable as his offensive coordinator. Say what you want about Dable, but he did really well with Josh Allen. He did really well with Daniel Jones, winning a playoff game with him. He's going to really help Cam Ward in his process of being a young quarterback. Then you add the free agency where they get Wan'Dale Robinson. They get the number 4 pick in Carnell Tate. So now he's got some weapons. You only need him to throw 5 more touchdowns than he did last year. I think this is an easy one, and they're going to be behind a lot. Now, I know Salah's a coach who's going to rely on running and defense, but they're going to be down all the time, so they're going to be throwing the ball. So give me Cam Ward over 19.5 touchdown passes.
Best bet I've heard. We spoke about it last week. Love it. Joe?
Interesting. All right. So I told you guys yesterday here that there is no way in the world, and now it's confirmed because I believe we just learned that Breece Hall will be out 2 to 3 weeks, they're saying, but likely more than that with a groin injury. So somebody has got to win the AFC East, right? And yes, it is going to be the Buffalo Bills once again. Although some people question and really think that New England is somehow going to make this a thing now again. And I have doubts on New England, but I do not have doubts that Josh Allen under center entering this season will get it done. Some questions about the new coach, obviously, with Joe Brady. McDermott is out, but I can tell you everything that I am hearing, everything that I am reading about this Buffalo team this year is that they are out on the mission, which includes Josh Allen, which means, an AFC East title is there. And I would sprinkle a little something on Josh Allen once again, having that MVP kind of year where he'll be in the discussion. So I would look to the predictive markets for Josh Allen to MVP, because if he has the kind of years that I think he's going to have, It's going to be very, very hard to discount the Buffalo Bills here this year.
Yeah, Joe, I agree 100% with your take. I told you guys yesterday the Bills minus 130 to win the division. I like Josh Allen to win MVP. And I would also sprinkle a small amount on JC, Mr. Cook, offensive player of the year. That's plus 2,200. So I'm
like
with
that.
you on all of that, Joe.
Yep.
CFB future bets. I'm going to leave this to you two guys.
What are you thinking, Art, today?
I'm going back to the SEC. We were in the SEC yesterday, and we took A&M under. We're going to go Bama over 8.5, minus 115 at Circa. I've seen as high as minus 130, minus 135. Listen, the offense was bad last year with the running game. Alabama, think about this, was 125th ranked rush offense. That just seems ridiculous. It won't happen again. They'll get better on the ground. They returned 40% of their starters, production on offense, 60% on defense. They bring in a new offensive line coach who built great offensive lines at Oregon. So I think that's going to be an improvement. Ryan Williams, who was supposed to be basically neck and neck with Jeremiah Smith, will have a bounce back year. They got to figure out their quarterback. There's a competition, but I think if they go with Russell, he's more of a dual threat. That will help. Defense might have the best secondary in the country. And then you look at the schedule. No Texas, no Oklahoma. They get LSU and A&M on the road, I believe. So it's not easy, but it looks like to me a 10-2 team, and I actually only need them to go 9-3. So give me Alabama over 8.5.
Don't hate it, Art. Don't hate it. I tell you who I think is going to overperform a little bit here this year to a lot of the betting public surprise is Auburn. The Auburn Tigers over 6.5 wins. Now, call me crazy here, but I was a big fan of South Florida last year, and Byron Brown, the quarterback, he won us a lot of money last year back in South Florida. They're bringing over, of course, the South Florida coach, who's bringing over his quarterback, who threw for over, 4,200 yards? Rushed and threw for over 4,200 yards, 42 total touchdowns last year. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the country nobody's ever heard of. His two top receivers from South Florida also joining him, not to mention defensive coordinator, I believe DJ Durkin, still staying there. He's always one of the best defensive play callers in college football, certainly has been over the last couple of years. It's not like there's going to be a shortage of talent for Auburn to overplay what they've got here. 6.5 wins felt a little light to me. Would not shock me if we get 7 or 8 wins out of Auburn. Of course, the Iron Bowl will likely settle it all there, won't it, Art?
Guys, I'm going to throw in my 2 cents.
Shoot.
You guys went with all these good, sexy teams. I'm going with Charlotte.
Oh, you love that.
Under 2.5 wins. And the entire bet is going to come down to the game against Citadel. It's like, do they beat Citadel? They might get to 3. If they don't beat Citadel, no freaking chance. This is the worst team in college football by a long shot with UMass right behind them. 2.5 wins plus 135, Art to Caesar.
Woo.
This is a 1-11 team.
That's Art. Ugly. That's ugly.
Charlotte, I thought he was talking about the Hornets. Charlotte.
Charlotte used to have that coach that Prez thought was like one of the best dressed coaches in all of sports. He used to come out with like the ripped sleeves and everything. The guy was a total hot mess.
Yeah.
Now that Prez had with Charlotte. So I think he ended up at Michigan somehow. And then,
So
terrible.
So do you know that? So Charlotte is 2.5 wins this coming football season.
Yep.
Do you know how many wins they've had in the last 2 seasons combined?
2?
2.
Is it 2?
Yeah, they went 0-12 last year. They are 2-22 in the last 2. And now we're supposed to assume they're going to get 3 wins.
I agree.
Who did they sign this year?
Yeah.
No. Yeah. So there's my bet for you.
Brad, that's it. Ineptitude. That's what you're betting there. I don't hate it because if they win 1, I'd be shocked, actually.
Well, it's all going down fast, guys. I mean, their season begins literally with all the shit. So it's now or never. So, yeah, I love that bet. Okay. MLB rundown. Go.
All right, Art, let's start here up at the top. Yankees and Orioles. Carlos Rodon is back here tonight taking on Shane Baz. What are you thinking here? Yankees at slight price?
I mean, I would lean the Yankees, but I wouldn't feel great about it with Rodon on the mound. But you are getting a discount here with the Yankees.
Yeah, you are. Tigers at the Pirates. Montero versus Ashcraft. Ashcraft has been phenomenal in this one. I do like the under 8 in that game there. Marlins taking on the Phillies here. Art Gibson versus Zach Wheeler. Yeesh.
I mean, the Phillies did it again last night. They'll do it again today. I don't know. The Marlins are so up and down here lately, so hard to trust them.
You've got Giants at the Guardians. Foster Griffin on the mound versus Wizenut. I will take the Guardians to get that one done. Cardinals at the Reds, it feels like, again. They split the doubleheader last night. Art, what do you think?
That was a wild second game as well. Listen, Cardinals are still fighting here. I think they're like 3 or 4 over. So they're like kind of, I want to say they're 3 or 4 back in the wild card. Cardinals need the game. I'll go with the Cardinals.
All right. We also have, of course, Blue Jays at Rays. You talked about the pros being on that game there. I think there are runs are coming. I'll take the over 7.5. Arizona at the Red Sox. They crushed them last night, Art. Suarez versus Merrill Kelly.
Yeah, now Arizona's dealing with this Ketel Marte situation. Red Sox are passed for me.
Padres taking on the Mets. Robbie Ray back at it again for the Padres. Zach Thornton for the Mets. They got one last night. I think they might get another one here tonight. Your favorite team, the Athletics versus the Royals tonight here. What are you thinking, Art?
Basically, the 2 worst teams in baseball. Take the over.
Yeah, and you got Zebby Matthews back on the mound for the Twins. Runs are coming because Tyler Miley's on the mound for the Braves. I'll take the over in that one. Mariners and Brewers. Miller versus Harrison, Art.
I can't disagree with what you said in the parlay of the day. It's got to be the Brewers.
All right, the former Toronto Blue Jay, Gausman going for the Cubs here tonight against Hudson of the White Sox. I will side with the Cubs in that one. Nationals and Rangers, Cal Quantrill versus the rookie Kent. What are you thinking, Art?
This Ranger team, I can't figure them out, but I'll side with them once again, and they'll break my hearts once again.
Angels and the Astros, Klassen versus Christian Javier. I do like the Astros in that one. And Art, Dodgers, Rockies. Where are you going here tonight?
I mean, you got to kind of do what Prez did yesterday. You either lay the run in half, lay the half a run in the first 5, maybe a Dodger team total. That's kind of the way you'd have to look to bet this game.
Yeah, I think we're back to betting the run line there in Dodger games. And that is it, Prez.
Well, that was a fun show, guys. Okay. Should we go through the comment section of yesterday's show?
Shoot it, man. Shoot, and shoot.
Okay, well, we got David Tokarski. We love him. Great show. Thanks again. Haven't commented in a while. Nolan, still watching you all. We appreciate you, Nolan. Buffalo is minus 145, says Bob. Art, I'm still seeing minus 130 for the Bills, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I always say, like, sometimes people only have access to maybe a handful of lines there. You have to shop around, especially in a future market. Whenever we're giving these futures out, I always kind of say, hey, this is what I'm betting it at, but also you got to see that it's out, it's, like I said with Alabama, there's a lot of 130s out there, but circa's minus 115. So you got to shop around.
Rodney Proctor, another great show. When are we going to find out about Art's news? This week, probably. This week. Stay with us. Good call, Art, on the over. Prez, sorry about your friend. Appreciate it. Shot a 92 yesterday, Joe. Nice. Pretty much. It's so interesting with golf and me. It's like, no matter how good I shoot, I end up at a 92. No matter how bad, it's a 92.
Yep.
I don't understand how it works, but I'm always somewhere around a 92.
If it ain't, that's all right, Prez. It's better than 102, right? That's the only thing that matters.
Yep. Okay. Reminder to everybody, we're going to be doing a best betting show ever Survivor entry. We're also going to be doing a best betting show ever Circa 5 entry. We'll keep you guys posted. We're going to do a segment on that every week. Other than that, we will see you all tomorrow, Wednesday. Thanks for watching the best betting show ever. Hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and make sure to comment.